everybody, I am Raven Warren. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I've been doing hair for 12 years professionally, and I went to school for 2 years at Vanguard Career Center. It's a vocational school in Fremont, Ohio. I just want to come and give you some healthy tips on how to successfully care for your hair. A lot of my clients suffer from just not having the correct knowledge or skill set to be able to take care of their hair. So they come to me and I'm not a stylist that just likes to do hair and get money, but because that is my livelihood, don't get me wrong, but I like to educate my clients so they know how to maintain healthy hair at home. So if you're interested in Raven's Blend and more, stay tuned. Okay, so the first tip I kind of want to just share with you is knowing and learning your hair texture. Is your hair fine? Is it medium? Is it coarse? I have a lot of people that have fine hair, but they have a lot of it, and they tend to think that their hair is coarse because they have so much hair, but that's not actually true. You can have fine strands and just have a ton of fine strands, and you have thick hair. So learning the proper products for fine hair, or even sometimes using a medium texture hair products will help the people with fine hair that just have a lot of it. So knowing and identifying your natural hair texture will help you identify the correct products to use in your hair. So when we're talking hair, we have to learn, is the hair curly? Is the hair straight? Is it very curly, like kinky curly? Identifying your curl pattern, if your hair is curly. It's so many things that you need to learn before you go and just purchase products. I have a lot of clients that just buy. They see a product or they heard about a product and they feel like, well, maybe it worked for her or him, and I'm gonna go grab it and see if it works for me. But there's actually a lot of factors that you should consider before you go purchase hair products. So also learning the porosity of your hair. If your hair is high porosity, that means your hair has probably have been damaged by heat or chemicals or color or relaxers or things of that nature, and the hair does not hold moisture because the hair is damaged. If your hair has low porosity, the hair has no ability to hold moisture. The hair is usually crazy dry, extremely difficult and wiry in texture or in feeling. That's usually how you can identify the porosity of your hair. The ideal porosity of your hair is medium porosity, where your hair is kind of at that happy medium, where your hair is able to maintain moisture, it's able to hold it, where your hair can stay luxurious and still maintain that luster in the hair, where it has that nice beautiful bounce and that shine. Medium porosity is ideal. So there's a few do's and don'ts of hair. First of all, like I said before, identifying your hair texture, your hair type. If your hair has any type of wave or curl to it, just identifying the proper products and your regimen will help you to maintain healthy hair. So there's a couple do's and don'ts. So just really quick, you don't color and relax at the same time as far as permanent color is concerned and relaxer, or if you're doing a curly perm and trying to do highlights. Those are things that you do not do together because of what they do to your hair cuticle. It does the same thing, so you're over processing the hair and then the hair falls out. But you can successfully have relaxed hair and colored hair. When I mean color, I'm talking about a gloss or some people call it a rinse or a tint. You are able to have that. Now, if you are interested in having color treated hair and you have a more coarse hair texture, I would recommend going completely natural, relaxer free, and then, and this is a process. This is, it will take time to get to this phase, but just completely all of your relaxed hair gone, and then start your process for your color. That way you're able to have healthy hair, beautiful hair, color treated hair without damage. Another couple do's and don'ts. You want to remember hygiene. Never share brushes, never share combs, never share pillowcases, hairpins, things of that nature. You never want to share those things with other people, simply because they might have something else going on in their hair and in their scalp that you don't necessarily want to deal with. Head lice is a really big problem, especially in softer, straighter hair textures. The hair textures that don't really use a lot of oil or serums in their hair. they're more susceptible to head lice. So using the same combs and brushes, sharing hats and scarves and things of that nature, it's always a no-no for me, because you're putting yourself at risk for sharing, situations like head lice or ringworm in the scalp. There's so many things that can go on in the scalp, but just remembering to keep it healthy and sanitary by all costs. Don't share brushes and combs with other people. Even if you have multiple children, give them their own combs and brushes and things of that nature, just to make sure that you keep everybody, good across the board health-wise. I find a lot of, with textured hair clients, that they battle frizz. Frizz comes along with the curly, wavy, textured hair types. So a lot of that has to do with regimen and products and just regular maintenance of the hair, and also remembering the environment, the season, if it's a lot of humidity in the air, just kind of being mindful of what certain products to use. There are so many treatments and masks that you can use in the hair that will prevent you from causing static and frizz in the hair. Masks are really good, not just your regular shampoo and conditioner, but a mask as an additional step. It adds a soft barrier to the hair that will allow it to be weighed down, where it won't just frizz out and static. There are a lot of defrizzing products. Living Proof actually has a really good defrizzing spray that you would use prior to your thermal styling. So yeah, there's tons and tons of products out there for that. A lot of what I also see is over processing with textured hair when it comes to relaxing. I used to wear extensions, and every time I would remove my extensions, every 4 to 6 weeks, I would relax my hair again, and not realizing, as doing that as a kid, this is way before I was licensed and I knew better, learning that your hair does not have to be relaxed that often. And if you're going to battle new growth, you're going to have, the two different textures, and just learning how to work with both hair types until you get back to your next appointment for your next relaxer. And trying to remember that once you relax the hair, that you have chemically altered the hair permanently. Once you relax, that's a permanent treatment. And 99.9.9.9% of the time, you have to cut the relaxer out if you are trying to restore your natural curl pattern, because that's a chemical treatment. And a lot of people, I don't think they understand when they say just go straight to relaxer, that is a permanent service. And they're saying, well, it's been 6 weeks and I got, I see nappy hair again. Well, that's new hair. So your hair is still growing. And a lot of people think, they say, well, my hair's not growing. That's the biggest misconception that I hear from just about everybody. My hair's not growing. Your hair is actually still growing out of your scalp. And if you color treat your hair or you relax your hair, you'll see that new growth or your new color, your natural color coming back in after about 4 to 6 weeks, because that's new hair. Your hair is actually still growing. As far as length retention is concerned, it might be breaking faster than it's actually growing, so you're not seeing the length retention. So that is the issue, not your hair is not growing. True, the hair grows in phases, and sometimes it grows faster and slower at some different stages in life. That's true, but your hair is always growing. Even if it's at a much slower rate than what you're used to, the hair is actually still growing. So just being mindful of that and not over processing, not relaxing too often, not coloring too often, that's a huge problem. Most gray clients that I have, they come in 4 weeks for a retouch. I don't allow them to come in anytime sooner. If it bothers them, then they use like the sprays or the powders, or like the mascara, the root touch-up products like that, which I will have to clarify that out when it's time to do their root retouch, but I don't allow them to come any sooner than 4 weeks. I do have clients that come in weekly, but that's for, deep conditioning treatments, that's for blowouts and silk presses and things of that nature, but I never allow them to come for a root retouch color sooner than 4 weeks. And if we're talking highlights or things like that, it's average 4 to 6 weeks, depending on their needs, their desires, and their finances. That's always a factor to be considered. And if you are a low maintenance person and you love color and you love highlights, my highest recommendation and the biggest service that has been offered, not just by me, but a lot of stylists just in general, is converting from a full highlight to a balayage. A balayage will allow you to go a few more weeks in between and still grow out gracefully, because you kind of hand paint where you want to see the lighter pieces instead of it being directly on the scalp growing out, and then you see that sharp line of demarcation. That's not cute. So I've converted a lot of people to balayage, and I think it's more, in my opinion, depending on the desired style, it's a more pleasant grow out. It's a beautiful technique of doing color. So moving on, if you are a person that washes your hair every day, let me speak directly to you. Pay attention, zoom in so you can really see and hear me. I know a lot of clients, especially of, now I don't want to just say Caucasian, because it's not just them. It's a lot of people that believe I have to wash my hair every day. That is actually a myth. And I have some people that say, well, my hair gets greasy or it gets oily really, really fast. I have to wash it every day. Actually, your scalp has, because this is your regimen, your scalp is actually overproducing oil because it has to replenish what you keep washing out. So you have to remember, shampoo is a cleanser. So it's literally sucking out everything, all the impurities, all the minerals, all the buildup, all the natural oil that your scalp produces. And so you have to replenish that, and your scalp is like overproducing because it's used to this system. So my recommendation for a lot of my clients, if you can spread it out to at least 3 washes a week, then that you're doing better than every single day. Ideally, I would like it twice a week, but I understand. I always tell people, try to use baby powder on your fingertips and then just rub your scalp, and that powder will absorb the natural oil. There are dry shampoos that you can use as well. And honestly, how do you have time to wash your hair every day? I don't understand how people do it, but there are some people that do it, but more power to you. If you have a more coarse, drier texture hair, I would probably recommend once a week washing your hair with a very hydrating shampoo and conditioner. My favorite product right now, and this is just me throwing that out there as a tip to y'all, is the shampoo and conditioner system. It's by Redken. It's called Mega Soft. It's in a brown bottle. Incredible for moisture. I mean, incredible. If I do a color service, like specifically using bleach or highlights, I love to use the Mega Soft shampoo conditioner system after, while I'm rinsing that out, because it's super, super hydrating. It's amazing. You guys gotta check it out. If you've actually been to me in the last year or so, I've probably used it on you, and the hair is just left super luxurious and shiny and bouncy and have so much movement. The stuff is amazing. So I recommend trying that product. It also has a mask. It's like I think it's called Hydro Melt. You shampoo and conditioner, then use the Hydro Melt before you blow dry the hair on top of dried hair. Oh, amazing. If you're interested to see how your hair will respond to it, then just book a blowout and I'll use it on you and let you see how your hair responds to it. So moving on. If you are a person that has troubled hair, if you are a person who your hair is shedding really bad, or if you feel like your hair is thinning as you get older, because that actually does happen, or if you've just had a baby within the last year or so, or if you've had any surgeries, any anesthesia, any epidurals, anything of that nature, typically they experience hair loss. It's specifically, everybody experiences hair loss when they have a baby, but and it has a lot to do with your nourishment and the chemicals in your body and all of that. But specifically, I've noticed in Black women or women that have coarse hair, they usually, it's called postpartum shedding. Usually like the edges, like right around the baby hair, right in those temple areas, usually balds. I mean, it sheds so bad until it's literally bald. And typically during a pregnancy, your hair, you go through a phase and you don't lose strands. You typically maintain all your hair strands, and you typically shed every single day. But during a pregnancy, you don't really lose that many strands. So at the end of the pregnancy, when you're doing all these, once your baby's been born, if you're nursing and you're giving out nourishment, or just your body trying to get itself back in line and get itself back together, your chemical makeup is going crazy. All your hormones are just like raging and going crazy, trying to get back in alignment, and you shed hair. You shed pretty much that hair that you didn't shed throughout the pregnancy. And like I said, I've noticed that specifically in Black women, they shed postpartum shedding bald, literally, like no edges. And it affects everybody. I don't care how long, how thick, how thin your hair is. It affects everybody. And it can be devastating as a woman. We don't want to see our hair falling out, but yeah, just remembering that it's okay. The hair will grow back. Take vitamins, multivitamins, women vitamins. Continue to take your prenatal vitamins. My doctor told me just keep taking them. You know, it won't hurt. It's just a vitamin. And there are extensions. So let's get into extensions. There's so many different methods, so many different options, and a lot of people, more so my black clientele or textured clientele, will do wigs and sew-ins and braids and things of that nature. I am an advocate for extensions. I wear extensions. I love extensions. I live by extensions, okay? I love being able to change my look as often as I want to without damaging my natural hair. I just love extensions. It's a part of me. When my mood changes, my hair changes. So y'all see me in a couple of days, my hair will be different. But anyway, I love extensions. I'm not against it. I am against improper installation. Braids that are too tight. When you see like pulls, that is way too tight. I'm a person that will, if it's too tight, I will take it out. And that's why I started doing my own hair more than 16 years ago, because I cannot stand my hair to be too tight. Nor is it healthy for your hair, your scalp, your hair follicle. It's not healthy. Simple. It's not healthy. And there are healthy ways to do it. A lot of my textured, coarse hair clients don't realize that there is a new method called microbead extensions, microbead sew-in. And I'll demonstrate a video later, but you pretty much just take a bead, slide it up on the hair, smash it with pliers, and that is your foundation, and no braids. That's actually how my hair is installed. I can wash my hair, I can condition my hair, I can scratch my scalp. There's no braids, there's no like itching and any of that. It's just simple, easy, and super healthy. Your hair lays in the direction that it grows in, so there's no tension or pulling, and you can still, like, you know, wear it in a high ponytail, and you're not gonna be able to see like the wefts or anything like that. But I don't recommend like tight ponytails because you're gonna pull. You don't want that tension on the hair, but I'll get into that method another time. There are wigs that people can wear, and you can wear wigs healthily as long as you are alternating. So a healthy regimen would be sew-in, wig, sew-in, wig, or sew-in, 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 wig, sew-in, 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 wig. Simply because if you're wearing a wig, there are these glues and lace glue and all that stuff that will, seal your wigs down. But if you're wearing it in the same spot, you're going to have traction alopecia. And I'll get into alopecia at another time. But traction alopecia is where you're either pulling the hair too tight or something is constantly rubbing. And which is why I recommend that my clients wrap their hair at night, so your hair is not rubbing up against your pillowcase or the fabric of your comforter, because those fabrics, specifically cotton, will suck all the moisture out of your hair, and that's not something that you want. You want to maintain as much moisture in your hair as possible. So always wrap your hair, protect your hair. Even if your hair is really long, I would say just do like a loose braid or something, just so it's kind of off to the side and not just running wild. Proper leave-in time. People, listen to me. I have seen so many people that got these braid sew-ins and they leave them up for 3 or 4 months. No, that's nasty, okay? There's no way with a braided sew-in that you are washing that effectively, getting all that buildup off your scalp, all that dead skin, all those dead skin cells. There's no way you're getting that. So, with the micro sew-in, the microbead sew-in, you are able to wash your hair. Like I said, that's how my hair is installed now. I literally can drench my entire head, get every crevice of my scalp clean, shampoo, condition, moisturize, everything. That's what you want, where your hair is still able to breathe. Your scalp's not getting oxygen when you're wearing wigs 24/7. Or if you're wearing a braided sew-in and then you have this hair on top of it, it's like you're wearing a hat and your hair can never breathe. So just remembering healthy wear time, taking it down at a healthy time. Anything beyond 2 months is way too long. Way too long. Even if you're just going to the salon to get it treated and then like your beads moved up, or just a touch up, get it treated and you'll get longevity out of the style, but not just not washing your hair. That's a problem. And I have some people that the people that wear dreads, Some people tell them in their depending on their locking method, will tell them don't wash your hair. Okay, so let's just go into this really quick. So I have one young lady, who the lady that did her dreads prior, before her coming to me to retwist, told her not to wash her hair, and typically it takes 6 months to lock, but she told her not to wash her hair for 8 months. What? I was so mind blown. 8 months and you haven't put water to your scalp? That hair is dry, it's brittle. I know it stinks. Because there's no way. I don't care what product, I don't care what hairspray, there's hair perfumes, I don't care what you put on that. If you have not cleansed your scalp or cleansed your hair in 8 months, that's a problem, and that's not hygienic, and that's not stable work either. So, just saying. So anyway, I hope that I helped somebody with this information with Raven's Glam and more. I will do some more beauty tutorials later, but today I just wanted to address hair specifically and extensions. And like I was talking about alopecia, I have a lot of clients with alopecia. And alopecia is where the hair has fallen out. There's bald spots everywhere. And I've had some clients that are getting shots, that are getting creams, that are getting treatments. And sometimes the hair comes back, but if the follicle has been damaged, 99% of the time the hair is not going to grow back, so they've had to resort to extensions. So another disclaimer, let me just put this out there to help everybody out. If you do not understand wigs, weave, extensions, if you're not a person that wears them, by all means, congratulations. But do not make the people that wear extensions, weaves, and wigs feel like they are less than. Don't make fun of them. Don't talk about them. Don't mock them because they wear extensions. There are a lot of medical reasons why a lot of people wear extensions, and you'd be surprised how many celebrities wear extensions. Caucasian, Black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, they all wear extensions. Not everybody is born with this luxurious, beautiful, long, thick hair. So if you don't have it, it's okay to go get it. So for all of these people that are making jokes, specifically men think that it's funny, and they think that it's oh, she buying wigs and she wearing this and she wearing that, but you clearly like Beyonce and she got a head full of it. You know what I mean? So don't make a woman feel less than because she has to resort to extensions. It's if she wants to do that for a self-esteem purpose, let her do it to make her feel good about herself. Don't shun her or make her feel like she's less than because she has to wear wigs or she has to wear weave. There are some people that battle cancer and that don't have hair at all, not a strand on their head, no eyebrows, no eyelashes. So there's so many people that have issues like this that are afraid and feel convicted and feel bad because they know people are going to tease them. I don't think that that's right. I feel like people should be understanding, and to each their own. If you don't wear it, then okay. But don't make a woman feel bad because she has to resort to extensions. Even little girls, if they don't have the hair to feel confident in themselves, I'm an advocate. Get them some help. Get them something that will make them feel good. Now, do it a healthy way. Do it without too much tension and too much pulling. In some cases, the hair is way too short to do that, and then they can resort to wigs or other options, and they're so natural now. You would never know a person even has a wig on. But the point is, please, people, be mindful for what you say, your thoughts, for how you make people feel, because it may be a situation where they absolutely have no control over it. And then you have some people like me that have hair and just love extensions. So either way, it doesn't make a difference. Just be mindful and thoughtful of somebody else. So I hope that this helped you. I hope you learned something. I love you guys. Have a blessed day.